And I will tell you, if I learned one thing from that I would really love to share with all of you guys. I mean, I'm excited to share this with you because this is such a big deal. My number one piece of advice from inside the casting room is Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So last week I uploaded a video on Sunday because this last week was so crazy I didn't think I would have time on Tuesday, but this one I am happy to be back on To Be or Not to Be Tuesday, back with acting content. My hair is just getting in my mouth. I know my hair is fucked, I just need to wash it. So today's video is going to be a short and sweet tutorial on how to memorize lines. If you're an actor going in for an audition, or if you're doing a play, or if you're already working on set and you just need to memorize lines, whatever the case may be, these are some tips and tricks that I use to help myself memorize lines, especially if you find out you have an audition like the next day and you have to memorize 7 pages of lines. So the first thing I do is pretty obvious. I just read the lines. Wow, what a novel idea! It sounds obvious, but I don't just mean read the lines. I mean read everything that is on those sides. My lines, the other characters' lines, all of the action in between the lines, the descriptions, the scene headings, everything. I'm reading all of it. Because when you're given sides, you don't know a lot about your character. So the more information you have, the better. So step 1 is read every single thing that you can. Step 2, grab a blank piece of paper and a pencil, and I will write down all of my lines, nobody else's lines, just my lines. And as I'm writing them down, I say them out loud. So whatever the line is, writing it down, saying it out loud with intention. So you can't do this when you're like in a crowded room or the TV's on or whatever. You want to be able to be actually focusing on your lines. So writing them down, saying them with intention. Step 3, after you have them written down, after you've read everything thoroughly, is to grab a partner. It can be your mom, it can be a friend, whoever. Grab someone to help read the lines with you. You don't have to be memorized for this, you can still hold them in the hand, but it's really important that you get the beats of the scene and you see how it feels to actually have someone else say those lines, feel how the timing is. Of course it's going to be different, say in your audition or on screen or in the play, but it's good to get a rhythm going and see how those other lines feel against your own. So grab someone, it can be literally anyone, it doesn't have to be Shakespearean level, just grab someone to read those lines with you really quick. Alright, so step 4 is probably the most useful tip I could give, and that is take your lines right before bed and read them, and then go to sleep. So it should be the last thing that you see before you fall asleep. So don't read your lines and then like start watching Netflix. Don't read your lines and then go on Instagram. After you're done everything, like right before you're about to fall asleep, read your lines. And then they like cement into your head. It's crazy. It works really, really well for me. I learned that tip from an Audrey Hepburn book. And it's super helpful and great. And I love that tip. And it's always really worked well for me. So my final tip, tip number 5, is don't stress about not getting the lines. And I know it's counterintuitive because you've done all of this work to help memorize, but really what you need to have memorized is the intention of the scene, what your character wants, and the beats that are going to take you to where the scene ends. It doesn't really matter what the lines are as long as you know the idea, the intention, what the lines are supposed to convey. Now I'm not saying that means like, oh well, I don't have to memorize these then. Like, you know, if you're going to an audition, they're probably going to want you to kind of know the lines, but they are not going to penalize you for forgetting something or for ad-libbing something if you don't remember it word for word. That is okay, I promise you. So those are my 5 tips to help you memorize your lines a little bit better, and I hope they helped you. I wanted to do this video because I had a really incredible and very unique experience yesterday that I wanted to share with you guys. I'm currently working on a TV show, that's why I've been so busy, as a director's assistant, and yesterday I got to sit through an entire day of casting, like 10 a.m. till 6 p.m. casting. That is literally every single actor's dream, to be able to sit in a casting room and watch people come in, there were probably like 5 roles that people were reading for, and I got to watch. I got to see the choices people made. I got to see, you know, all the different decisions. And the most important thing, the craziest thing for an actor to experience, I got to hear the conversations that happen after the actors leave the room. And I will tell you, if I learned one thing from that I would really love to share with all of you guys. I mean, I'm excited to share this with you because this is such a big deal. My number one piece of advice from inside the casting room is bring yourself to the role and throw away all of the decisions that you thought you were going to make for the character and do something spontaneous on the spot. Without fail, every actor that stood out and that the director would say that guy was really good or I really liked the decision that she made, those were people who decided to like spice it up a little bit and show that they could play and like add something to it or take something away that made it better. They're the people that added their own flavor to the scene and who made it their own and didn't necessarily have all of the lines down, but had real life to the character, because real people don't speak like robots and don't have their decisions and their movements planned out. They act and walk and talk normally, and those were the people that stood out. So I really, really want you guys to take this to heart. If you can walk away from this video with one thing, let it be: go into the room, do your work, read your sides, write them down, memorize them, read them with a partner, and then throw them away. And as long as you have the intention of that scene memorized, do what you want with it. Play with it. Directors love when you're malleable and when you can play with the sides. And sure, maybe in some situations a director will be like, okay, that was great. Could you stick to the script a little bit more? Fine. I'm not saying go off the rails and like, oh, I've decided to add a soliloquy here. No, I'm not saying that. Don't do that. But what I am saying is make it your own. Do something interesting, because they are going to get like 17 people who do the exact same thing word for word. And it's kind of boring. So spice up their life. And then you'll spice up your own life by booking an audition or by doing a great scene. People love to work with people. A director doesn't want to just have to tell you what to do and you do it and okay. Work with them, give ideas. You're smart, you know you are. You've got great ideas, so share them and utilize them and work with them in the room. Okay, so I just wanted to share that with you guys. I really hope to maybe be doing another spoof video next week, but we will see, because those videos seem to be well received. Let me know in the comments below if there are any specific characters that you want me to do. I'm pretty much open to do anything. Oh my god, my eye is so itchy. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed that quick little tip video, how to memorize your lines better, and my secret little casting director tip. And I will see you guys next week on To Be or Not To Be Tuesday.